There's nothing nice about this. It's all ugly. The wheels are ugly. The windows are ugly. The shape is ugly. The steering wheel's ugly.
Well, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Good morning, ladies and gents, and welcome to another episode of Coffee Chronicles. I am your host, JVP. Man, check this out. If this is your first time on Coffee Chronicles, I want to let you know that we're just a couple random dudes who like to talk about random stuff that interests us because, trust, we just love sharing information. Alright, so this is important, more or less, because these three guys that are well known, more or less, on the interwebs, Markiplier, Wade, and Bob, they have a podcast called 3Ps in the Pod. And what they discuss here is actually really relevant because it's the thought that's on everybody's mind, which is the future of electric car design and the quirks that they expect come with the territory. Now, you know what? You see the thumbnail. Let's dive into it.
This is another thing too, since we're talking about it, and I don't get a lot of opportunities to talk about car stuff, even though I am a car enthusiast. If you look at the interior of the Cybertruck, and if you look at the refreshes they've announced this year, in the last couple months, they announced a refresh of the Model S, and I think the Model 3, but definitely the Model S.
Yeah.
It has a yoke steering wheel, which is to say the steering wheel is not a circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like an airplane yoke, the thing you use to fly like a big airplane.
Yeah.
Which looks super futuristic. Concept cars for decades have been doing that, where like I think a BMW i8 concept that predated the one that's like out now had that, and a lot of cars, like modern cars, have done that, where it's like, oh look, the steering wheel's not even a circle. Look at that. It's crazy.
Is the dashboard made of marble, or is it just meant to look like it is?
I think it's metal. I don't know.
All right, I'd like to add here that initially they're talking about the updated design of Tesla's form language, if you would call it that. But Wade brought it back to the Cybertruck. But we're going to talk about the egg yolk. Now, we all understand that the initial design for like the steering wheel is because it is driver focused, for your hands to kind of roll over the rail as you are turning stuff. But the reason for what Tesla's doing what they're doing, at least what I believe, is that it's more focused towards autopilot, which means that the wheel is there and it's serving the purpose for doing what you got to do, but you're not going to be having your hands on the wheel for that long. So with that in mind, this design really does make sense, but the whole population won't get on board until like there's like 90% or even 60% autopilot cars on the road. Then it'll make more sense. Then you have more folks who do not want to even touch the steering wheel. Like, oh, you touched your steering wheel? God damn, you peasant. Anyway, carry on. I like this conversation.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's so front heavy it just flips over because they put it on a marble dashboard.
It looks super cool, right?
Yeah.
How in God's name would you drive this car? Think about how you drive a car. If I'm driving my car with my hands at 9 and 3, and I go to make a right turn, I have to I move my hands around the steering wheel.
Well, no, you just pull it back toward you and it goes in the air.
Yeah, that's true. That is a danger.
You know what? I wouldn't really call it a danger. Well, yeah, it is, but at least as a concept, that's pretty cool. Like, I like the idea of like infusing the DNA of aircraft design into our automotive design. It just makes for a whole cool factor. But concept versus production, that probably never will be a thing. Because like I said before, the main idea is to get away from human interaction. But yeah, let's carry on. Boom!
I don't know if they've thought of that. That's a good
You just pull back and you fly right up into the sky, go right over the traffic.
You know what? Maybe that's what I'm not understanding. Maybe that's what I'm missing.
Yeah. And I didn't.
But like, who would want to drive that? That's terrible.
Yeah.
You go hand over hand to do a turn, like a 90-degree turn. What do you grab?
I know.
And what do you do? It's terrible.
I actually am glad you brought this up because I saw the refresh and I was like, oh, cool, better range. You know, it seems like a refreshed exterior, like updated.
Whatever that means.
I don't need the plaid, but
No, yeah, you do. You need the plaid. For those who don't know, the plaid just gives you extra boosts, which means that you're gonna lay waste to supercars and stuff, like from the 0 to 60. And then as you get a little further along, then those supercars will start to pass up or whatever. But the initial part is bonkers. It's insane. So is it necessary? Yes. Yes, it is. Let's go.
like the new console that hopefully doesn't degrade in the sun, which mine has a lot, which would be awfully nice. But then I saw that yoke and I'm like, and I know maybe this is just like new technology kind of thing, and I always want to be cognizant of that, but I like when I make a turn and then I exit the turn, the wheel slides across my hand, and you know, I'm not a race car driver where I need to turn just 2 inches to turn 90 degrees. I don't think that's what these are for. I don't drive my car very fast ever.
Alright, so here's the purpose of that design. It is to prepare you for what this Audi, I think it's called Sky Spear, is aiming for. The idea is to have everything tuck away and then come back up for important things. As you can see with them, they have a more, not aircraft-like shape, but Tesla, I think they're trying to go to this, make sure they have enough space for other stuff. And it looks pretty damn cool if you ask me. Like I said, it has to grow on people. Mark is making a very valid point. But just like how we all grew into cell phones and staring at screens all the time, it's going to be the same way with these steering wheels. Let's go.
And I just want to go on. I'm going to the grocery store. I'm not going to Mars. I just want to drive there and arrive alive. But that being said, I've never tried it, so I don't know what it's like.
That's true. I've never tried it either.
Yeah.
So I'm judging blindly.
Yeah.
I just can't fathom. I can't. Well,
you think maybe
parallel parking, or there's lots of stuff you do in a car. Go ahead, Wade. Sorry.
Do you think maybe the reason we're thinking this way is we're just at that age where we're borderline like these young people and they're stupid. I want old-fashioned cars, the 2004 Honda's where it's at. These new 2022 trucks with their airplane drive, that won't work. It's not safe. These kids don't know what they're doing. I think we're close to becoming those people.
Wade brings up a very valid point. Yes. Same with myself. Like, I'm rolling on almost 32, and as an old crusty man, I have to check myself to make sure I'm not falling into my old ways. So it's a very, very valid point. Yes, we are old and crusty, and we're hanging on to the old school ways, and we should not fall down that path. Yeah, but let's hear what Mark has to say.
I don't think
we're definitely verging on that.
But I don't think any kids are buying this car. I just want
all
to throw
those
that out
childs with their Tesla Cybertrucks.
I don't think anyone's buying this.
Well, look, okay,
this is something that someone's like pretends to like to be nice, and then someone buys it for them for their birthday, and they still pretend to like it, and they hate it their whole lives.
Well, there's a difference between a steering wheel and then the entirety that is the Cybertruck. So that's like a whole thing, because the car itself, sure.
There's nothing nice about this. It's all ugly. The wheels are ugly. The windows are ugly. The shape is ugly. The steering wheel's ugly.
Well, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But I wouldn't say that it's. I would say it's like art. Like we all love and enjoy Sid Mead's work, and I have to do this. I know you guys know who Sid Mead is, but I have to do it. So here's some of his work, and as all art is subjective, So that means that you're gonna have some folk out there who they see that stuff and they're gonna hate it, And it was the same with Sid Mead. Although for car designers, they loved it. we all loved this stuff. We ate it up like cotton candy or whatever. I don't know. But I'm gonna go off the books. And I remember I was talking to a buddy, and they mentioned, and again, this might not be true. I don't know. This makes for a good conversation. But they said that they had a completely different design for the Cybertruck. And then, like, at the last hour or whatever, I don't know how long it was, Elon was like, nope. And they scrapped it. And this is the, result of just a scramble to get something different and unique. And I like to think that, because if you look at how all of the other designs that Tesla are, it looks very, design centric, and the Tesla truck doesn't. And we're all hacking our minds for why this was a thing. And even when the presentation went on for it, everybody, designers and non-designers, were all like, what's going on here? So, it is what it is. Let's go. Let's see what's going on.
You know what is cool about it? That I entirely concede? It has a built-in lid on the back, and I'm trying to find a picture of it. So pickup trucks, right? The bed, you can have like a bed cover, and it pops up generally.
The tent thing? The weird tent?
No, like if you have a pickup truck, a lot of pickup trucks have like a flat black vinyl thing on the back so that the bed is like, covered. You can put groceries in it and they don't get wet or whatever. Also, you could have like a cover like you're talking about that makes it more of a boxy, makes it look more like an SUV, but there's lots of ways to cover the bed of your truck. The Cybertruck has a built-in retracting self-contained bed cover that actually looks pretty cool.
The Cybertruck also has a built-in Carolina squat option. No, like seriously, if you look at the side profile right now, when the ATV rolls up, the back actually squats down to make it easier for the ATV to roll up onto the bed. That's pretty damn cool. Like, the only issue we have with the truck really is just the aesthetics, because all of the options and stuff is there, which kind of leads back to the story that my buddy told me, that at the end they just wanted to try some more shock and awe. So I don't know, man. What are we doing here, man?
And I feel like that would be an awesome feature if you were a pickup truck owner and you really wanted to do things with your pickup truck. Because so I had a friend in college. We had to move a piano, and I had a friend, we borrowed his dad's pickup truck, and it had a bed cover on it. We had to unbolt the bed cover, take it off, find somewhere to leave that to put a piano in it, because the bed cover prevents you from putting like big, tall, bulky things in the bed of your truck. It's really inconvenient. You either have a truck you can like haul stuff around in, or you have a truck that you can put small stuff in, but you can't haul big stuff. Like, it's annoying. So if I had to find a feature about the Cybertruck that I think is really great, that I'm surprised no other truck company has gone for, it's the self-contained retractable bed cover solution.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's fair, but I will say the bed also looks relatively small. There's a picture of this thing with like a ramp down and an ATV in the back, and like the ATV just fits.
I think here we're discussing different target markets, because like if you look at the Raptor, the Ford Raptor, and the TRX for Dodge, I think it is. But yeah, those two guys, they have relatively small beds too, but they're like performance trucks. They're meant for like, hauling ass and going crazy, going wild, and that's why we love them. I think the Cybertruck is aiming for the more enthusiast market instead of like your day-to-day person. I guess I should have led with that next time, but I'm still wrapping my head around like still what it is. So they're trying to hit many marks and I guess bring in people who are maybe not truck guys, because the truck guys might really aim more for Rivian, if you guys know what that's about. And that's going to be a separate video. So yeah, I don't know, man. But I think that's enough for this video. So the podcast again is 3 P's in the pod. Markiplier, Wade, Bob, check them out. They don't talk about cars. It's like extremely random, but hey, if you're bored and you want to have something random playing in the background, these guys they're enjoyable to listen to. So, but hey, listen, if you stayed this long, I appreciate you and I love you. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and post notifications to catch more of our random thoughts and other videos. This has been Coffee Chronicles with your host, JVP, and we out. Peace.
To understand that there is absolutely no possibility of having any pleasure in life at all without skill.